Welcome to the Deep Dive. We're here to cut through the noise and get straight to what really matters. Today, we're unpacking something I think a lot of us are feeling pretty keenly. The whole professional landscape. It just feels like the ground's constantly shifting under our feet, doesn't it? So for this deep dive, we're tackling a really big question. How do you actually secure your future when the economy feels so, well, uncertain?
It really does feel that way. And the truth is, the skills that got you to where you are now, they might not be enough for what's coming next. We're looking at, incredibly fast AI evolution, a global economy that's always in flux, and these new ways of working popping up everywhere. So our mission for you today isn't just about surviving this, it's about how to genuinely thrive. And that means strategically future-proofing your skills, building up real resilience, and really embracing that idea of continuous learning.
Right. Exactly. So we're going to dive into why maybe current skills aren't quite cutting it anymore. Then we'll try and pinpoint the skills that look like they'll be in demand, say, 2030 and beyond. And importantly, help you figure out how to develop your own skill stack strategy. Stick with us. There are some pretty crucial insights and, importantly, actionable steps coming up. So, why aren't current skills enough? Let's start there. The sources we looked at really hammer home the impact of AI and automation. I saw one stat, I think it suggested something like 42% of current job tasks could be automated in the next decade. That sounds huge. What does that actually mean for someone listening right now, maybe worrying about their job?
Yeah, that number catches your eye, doesn't it? But it's less about jobs disappearing completely and more about them transforming significantly. Roles are going to involve fewer of those repetitive tasks, sure, but much more of what makes us human.
Mm-hmm.
Things like, interpreting what the AI spits out, making tricky ethical calls, applying real creativity to solve problems. And that pushes us straight into what some sources are calling the human element skills. And it's not just AI. You've also got this globalization 2.0 idea, reshaping supply chains. It's not just about moving stuff around anymore. It's shifting where innovation actually happens, creating new economic hotspots, which naturally creates this huge demand for skills like cross-cultural communication, supply chain resilience.
Okay, so AI transformation, globalization shifts. What else?
Well, the other massive thing is the move towards the gig economy or freelance work. Projections suggest by 2026, over half the U.S. workforce will have done some kind of freelance work. And thriving in that world demands really strong personal branding, good project management, knowing your finances, different skills again.
It does sound like a lot to juggle, doesn't it? But okay, the good news is this deep dive isn't just about the challenges. It's about decoding the future, right? Pinpointing the skills that actually empower us. What really stood out to me was that emphasis on those human element advantage skills you mentioned.
Exactly.
Things like critical thinking, complex ethical reasoning, that's a big one, creative problem solving, emotional intelligence, persuasion. These are the things AI struggles with, right? Like you might have a doctor using AI for diagnosis, but they still need that complex ethical judgment for the best treatment path, especially if resources are tight. Or maybe a designer gets AI to generate ideas, but they need the creative spark to make it truly innovative, something that connects emotionally.
Precisely. And beyond just that human edge, the sources also really highlight the need for, let's call it tech literacy beyond coding. Right. This isn't necessarily about everyone becoming a programmer. It's more about advanced data interpretation, understanding cybersecurity risks. And there's this fascinating new area, AI prompt engineering, basically learning how to talk to AI effectively, and also human AI collaboration. How do we work with these tools?
Prompt engineering. So like telling the AI exactly what you need, guiding it.
Exactly. It shifts you from just being a user to being an architect of AI solutions. Very powerful. Oh, and we can't forget the growing importance of sustainability and green skills. That's huge. Everything from understanding renewable energy systems to managing ethical supply chains. These are really forward-looking fields.
Okay, so this brings us to the idea of a skill stack strategy. What exactly is that?
It's about consciously layering your expertise. Think of it like building your own personal economic moat, something that makes you really hard to replace.
An economic moat. I like that. So how does it work?
Well, you start with your core expertise, what you're good at now. Then you add a vertical specialization, go deeper in your niche. After that, you broaden out horizontally, adding complementary skills from related areas. And finally, you weave in those crucial transferable skills: leadership, complex problem solving, adaptability, the human stuff we talked about.
Right. So it's the combination that's valuable.
That's the key insight. Yeah. It's your unique mix of these skills that's incredibly difficult to replicate or automate. That's your moat. It gives you security even if one specific skill becomes, less unique over time.
So how do people actually build this stack. We need a plan, right?
Yeah.
A kind of continuous growth playbook.
Definitely. And the sources suggest a few things. Leveraging micro-credentialing is one. These are like verifiable mini certifications for specific skills, often from places like Coursera or edX. Bite-sized learning. Building a strong professional network is also vital. Mentors, colleagues, they often see emerging skill trends before they hit the mainstream.
And applying the skills, too, I assume, not just learning theory.
Oh, absolutely. Project-based learning is critical. Use the new skill in a real-world context. It cements the learning and gives you something tangible for your portfolio. So, what does this all boil down to for someone listening right now?
Okay, actionable steps. The sources give us a kind of future-proofing checklist. Let's break it down. They suggest, say, in week 1, do a personal skill audit. Seriously. Map what you can do now against where your industry is heading. Find the gaps. You can even use tools for this, like LinkedIn Skills Insights or the Skills Analyzer on OneNet Online.
Good practical tools. Then, maybe in the first month, set some concrete learning goals. Don't try to boil the ocean. Pick one high-impact skill you identified in your audit and genuinely commit maybe 5 hours a week to structured learning on it.
Start small, build momentum. Makes sense.
Exactly. And then ongoing, the real key is to just keep iterating. Experiment, try things out, adjust your plan as the market changes because it will change. Maybe review your development plan every quarter, keep it live. But honestly, the single biggest takeaway woven through all the sources is this. The most future-proof skill isn't one specific thing like AI prompting or green tech. It's learning how to learn. It's adaptability.
Learning how to learn.
Yeah. So the real question for you listening is, how will you apply that core idea, learning how to learn, to your own skill development? Starting today, what's your first step?
That's a powerful thought to end on, that learning how to learn is the ultimate skill. It means that unique skill stack you build truly becomes that unreplicable economic moat we talked about earlier. We're genuinely excited for you to start or maybe continue this journey of active skill development. Use those tools mentioned. Because honestly, this knowledge isn't just interesting information. It's your shortcut to being well-informed, prepared, and ready for whatever's coming next.